having a drink. And then my friends were like, you threw up on yourself. And I looked down and I was like, I don't know I threw up on myself, but there's definitely something here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a note to enter on.
Yes, exactly what I was hoping for.
Yay!
You wouldn't have it any other way, would you?
No.
Not at all.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Har Har Podcast. I'm back. The host is back. Y'all can rejoice. It's no longer someone else in control.
Those
these shows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
I had the power.
And what a show it'll be. I'm your host,
Right?
DorkyDev. This week, I have QueenBabyFace. I have Kairisaurus and Shriekoff. That's the show. There we go. I haven't been on in a bit.
Yeah. Audio users would be real sad right now.
Thank you for coming to the podcast, and good night.
Our obligated podcast is good. There we go. All right.
So,
Yes.
I don't know what we're doing.
It's been a bit, man. I'm just like, I'm just
Yeah,
happy
you're falling
to...
behind.
Well, I mean, this is the first time I've hosted it in a month, right?
Mm-hmm. Give or take.
So, I have stories galore too in the past month of not having the PC running. Things just happening throughout that time, just creating chaos and everything. Because I had an entire story planned for that week that the PC went dead. I had a podcast plan, right? I had a story, a great story, and I'm gonna still tell the story because it's a stupidly funny story about how I am truly Murphy's Law. But it's one of those things where I'm just like, it's so weird to be back into like the swing of it, because you know, this is the first week that I've done all podcasts as well, all 4 of our podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
A while. So
I mean, we only had 4 podcasts like the week before your computer went down. So we had 4 podcasts. You were on every single one of those. Your computer went down.
I'm the first person to do the 4.
I believe so, yeah.
Only
Congratulations.
one so far. We got the quadfecta. Everyone else has a trifecta from back when the trifecta was.
I did a 4. One of the weeks you were gone. I was on T-Pop. I'm pretty sure I remember. And then I hosted Hardcore Game Night, and I'll figure that out.
Wow,
Son of a
steal his
bitch!
thunder.
How? How do you always do this to me?
Because
No,
when you're not
there's
here,
no.
someone has to step up.
There's no way. Hold on. I have to go back. I have to go back. Hold on.
Consult the archives.
Yeah.
YouTube. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Our archives.
I upload everything there.
Okay. So
Shameless plug.
that's there. That's there. That's there. That's there. You were not on T-Pop that week. It looks like
Damn. All right. I was
it was
close.
Zoe and Steve and Jay.
Okay. Soy and Jay?
Zoe and Jay. So it was in his American flag shirt.
Okay. I will talk about that in a second. I'm getting another call.
All right, businessman, have fun. Yeah, so to say the least, it's been a moment since I've done this, and it's good to be back because like I love podcasts. Podcasts are great because they're not gameplay, and I love gameplay, but like I can only be bad at gameplay for so long.
I mean, or you could just be bad at gameplay all the time.
That's kind of the thing. I'm good at Minecraft.
I was about to say, people make careers on YouTube out of being bad at video games.
Well, I mean, we used to. I will say that's the big problem with YouTube right now is that gameplay is just hard to break through now on there.
Yeah, because it's very saturated.
And the way the algorithm works now too, it's just like it goes for people's like vlogs and other kind of content, if I remember correctly. Like gameplay just doesn't survive as easily anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially more adult game players, where they tend to cuss a lot. So, But that's just the way it works these days.
I don't know. I've had a lot of encounters with a lot of youngins that have cussed way more.
Well, that's true. Youngins. Well, that's a whole different topic about the Gen. What are they?
Gen Z.
Is it Gen Z? Yeah, Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel old, and I'm a millennial. Like I'm a mid-millennial, right? Or am I tail end? I don't know. I can't keep track of it.
I'm a 90s kid.
I know I'm a 90s kid, but I can't remember if I'm tail end millennial 90s kid, because I know there's a couple years in the 90s that doesn't count as millennial. I think it's.
Yeah, I think it's like 97 and up. Isn't a millennial?
Yeah,
That's whenever Gen Z starts.
I'm 98 and people don't really call me.
Yeah, I think because it was.
They do call me a millennial, but then I also
Hold
that,
on,
yeah.
I'm looking it up. I
I'm
can't.
confused now.
Millennial. No, what? No, stop. Millennial. Not millennials.
Millennials are killing the restaurant industry. Millennials are killing the napkin industry.
Years. There we go. That'll give me the answer. 81 to 96. So I'm 95. So I hit that a couple years off. And then what's there's Gen X was before us, and then the Boomers before that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a chart. That makes it so much easier. Gen Z. Wow, Gen Z's long.
It is.
90. Well, this one says 95, but that's wrong. I'm not Gen Z. I remember everything that everyone capitalizes as millennial. Like, that's the big thing. I think it is, for most people's charts, it looks like it's 1998 onward. But then you have the Centennials, who were the ones born in 2000.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. These are all just artificial labels, though, and yeah. I don't know. I don't know why I went off that. Dude, he's in full business mode, by the way. Like, I just looked over.
Yeah, no, he's definitely like, no, dude, you can't be like, you can't send that email. You have to send like da 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 da.
Well, yeah, so good news for him. He did just get a promotion, and I'm proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
Good job on him. But it's one of those things where it's just like, it's funny seeing him be in business mode now that he has the promotion.
Right.
He has no idea what we're talking about, which makes this just even more pristine. Because when he comes back and be like, yeah, we were talking about you, he's gonna be like, oh, you were talking shit. I mean, like, yeah, sure.
No.
But in reality, when he goes back and happens to see this, if he does the editing for this, but I'll probably be doing it, it'll be one of those things where he's like, oh, when he sees it, oh, they weren't talking shit to me.
They said that they were proud of me.
Yeah, the one time you're gonna get this is if you go back and see it, Steven. One time.
Never again.
Good luck. But no, it's so, like, all the, like, age label thing is just so weird how it, like,
yeah.
Gen X, I can't think of anything that really staples Gen X other than rock. And that's about it. That's all I can think of is rock and roll.
Yeah. I don't know. I know this is it. And see, like, you don't even hear about Gen X too much. It's always like, boomers did this, millennials are killing that, and there's no hope for Gen Z.
You're still me.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I still hear all the time. Exactly what she said. That's the only thing I know. Outside of that, don't know.
Gen X is just that little bubble that they're like in their own pocket dimension. We didn't really do anything. Queen existed.
Yeah,
You've got some of the greatest rock and roll groups coming from that era, but like outside of that, and the Cold War, I guess. But like Cold War technically started before that too. Like They have
Yeah.
they have nothing that isn't shared elsewhere. Gen X. If you're a Gen X watcher, off of that for a second. Boy, do I have some stories. Cause like, I haven't been on here for 4 weeks, and things accumulate after that point. I'll save the Murphy's Law one. But today I got there was a guest who literally, I think unintentionally, triggered like me having like a sensory overload, kind of like panic attack at work today, like midway through my day, which was rough. So like, I was taking him to electronics, not my department, but you know, I'm being helpful. Show him where the USB-Cs are. And as I lean over to do the like, and here's our 2 rows of USB-Cs. Like I leaned over for a moment, you know, because it's lower than me, so I did that. And he was heavy breathing before, but all of a sudden it just feel air go through the top of my hair. All the way through. And my brain just stopped the rest of the day and just couldn't process anything unless I was in like a quiet room with nothing happening. That was my day. It was great.
Yeah, that's a big no from me, sir.
That's exactly what she said. You were just saying exactly what I'm about to say. Exactly what you said. Yeah. That's not fun at all. That's not fun.
No, I'm just like, it was so weird because it's just like, yeah, here's the USB-C. Like he did. I felt it like this on the back of my head. It was just that. And I was like, why?
And like, God, I'm only imagining it now, and I would just be like, I would walk away. Like, I would walk away. And
I showed them. I walked away, and normally I'm very like, I try to be somewhat cheerful at work. I try to be a positive energy at work, just because it just makes the day better, and I try to have a little fun. And usually that's involving like me communicating when I pass other people in some way. There's one of my coworkers who does bird noises as a way of joking. Whenever we walk by each other, he goes, "Caw," and I've started doing the Batman version of it, "Caw," like just "Caw" kind of thing. Like I just hit it as low as I can, kind of thing, whenever I want to. Today I was like, "Caw," and I just walked by because it was just like my brain was just like, I can't do anything. I passed our store lead, and he's like, "Hey, Dev, you're the best, Dev," because I just happened to hold the door for him, and I was like, "Yep, no problem." I went. Usually, I would have some sort of retort to that, but at that moment, I just couldn't think. I was like, "No, why? Why is this happening?" I don't know. People like don't understand bubbles. Bubbles are there for a reason.
Yeah, that's I think as a female, it's something that's commonly dealt with. So it's 100% understandable as to how that's uncomfortable.
That was honestly that was the first thing I thought of. I thought of being like women at bars who have those guys who are like overly over them. I'm like, It was. I don't envy anyone who has to put up with that like daily, ever.
It's not fun.
It's not great.
It messes up your whole day because then you just think of it and you think about like how uncomfortable you were and just like why was that necessary? Why was that? Why did you feel the need to be that close? Like it's very not fun. Not fun at all.
No, yeah. I having now experienced something with like.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
It may be temporary, but I'm back for right now.
Fair enough, businessman.
Call me that as much as you want, I guess. Fine.
He likes it. He likes it. It's okay. He likes it.
It's not the worst thing I've been called.
It's not the worst thing you've called yourself.
Also true.
Literally, your screen name isn't exactly like.
You're. Read it backwards. Yeah. Just say. There we go. There it is. Yeah. I'm not the most positive person about myself. But
No, but it makes for good shorts.
Absolutely.
No, we were talking about today. I had someone breathe on the top of my head today at work.
Ooh.
Not in the nice way.
Not in the nice way. In the I was leaning over to show them USB-Cs, and he just into my head.
Ugh.
Yeah, so you know, that was fun. I was just
How'd it
talking
feel?
about. It triggered an anxiety attack, so that's fun.
Oh, I was gonna ask if it was moist, but
I don't
That-
want
That's extra moist.
you know, and the worst part was, I'm not normally a germaphobe, but like, someone breathed on my head.
You just felt dirty.
I did. It was one of those moments where like, I'm not normally like this, but why?
Oh.
I've done some stupid shit too, just for like to show that I'm not a germaphobe. And this is another weird throwback story. I was hanging out with friends at the bowling alley here in town, and we were leaving. Me and my friend walked up to the Safeway, grabbed a couple bottles of liquor, and walked back to the bowling alley because we're going to a friend's house. I had a bottle of Bacardi, right? Because I like Bacardi. It's good. Gold rum. Had it on my back in the bag, right? And I did this. I spun it around, and he's gone. And the Bacardi fell through the bag, and I lost it all. And then someone was like, "I will buy you another bottle of Bacardi if you lick the ground."
Oh no.
I was already like 4 or 5 drinks in. So drunk Dev isn't the smartest Dev.
Drunk Dev doesn't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't. I literally went, fuck it, yeah. I just gotta make sure there's no glass in it. Found a spot, licked it, got a fresh bottle of Bacardi. So I'm not normally a germaphobe. But Jesus Christ, someone just breathed on my head. Was just like this, like, spark of just insanity that it caused.
It's so uncomfortable. It's so unnecessary. It's so.
Hey, he's good to see you again.
It's so not fun at all. I don't get why people do it. I don't get why people get that close. Like, I kind of wish I was taller so I could be like, how do you think it feels?
For those who don't know, Aisha is not vertically gifted.
No, I'm 5'1".
5'2".
Yay!
I'm 9. I am average male height for my age. That is what I
Yes.
pride myself on. Despite everyone claiming I'm short, I just hang out with tall people.
Yeah, no, you're not short. I hate when people say that, like 5'10", like 5'9", 5'8", 5'8" is like, oh, you're short. I'm like, no, that's not short.
I hang out with tall ass motherfuckers too.
Yeah,
Like
that's-
when I was at TwitchCon, I was so happy our little Danish, our little Denmark friend came.
Mhm.
Because I didn't know he was short. I thought he was like at least my height or taller, just based off of his attitude. He's shorter than me. He's like 5'5". But he doesn't exert his shortness. Not even his attitude. It's not really like Napoleon attitude. It's more like I'm just, who I am. I'm confident who I am. And I'm like, I'm not the shortest. Everyone here is like 5'11" or taller. I'm not the shortest.
Honestly, that's how I feel when there's someone shorter than me.
I know, right? It's so great because you're just like, oh, I'm usually the short one. I'm not the short one today.
I don't think I've told this story on the podcast, but I had a really bad joke to one of my friends. So she's like, I think 5'3", We walked into a Tractor Supply company, and you know those like truck saves that they have like on some of the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Her boyfriend, who I've known forever, he's like 6'5", I think, 6'3". He's around there. He's over 6 foot, and we're standing back there. She walks off to go look at something, and I look at it. I look at the like safe thing. I open it real quick. It goes down. Close it real quick. Hey, Delaney, come here. And he's like, "What are you doing?" Watch, you're gonna laugh. She walks there. I lower it. It's like right above her head, and he laughs, which triggers her to be angry at him, not me, which is the perfect deflection for this joke. And I close it back up, and I walk away, proud that I've caused a small lover's quarrel with them, because it's hilarious with those two. And it was a beautiful moment of being like, ha! I can do something funny here for a moment. It was mean, but she also was really good at coming up with retorts against me, so I felt it was earned. So.
Dark humor, man. Dark humor. People get like so upset over dark humor, but let me tell you, if I am sad, I want someone that has a good sense of dark humor because I want to be uplifted. And if they can make a funny out of what's going on, you are my man.
I get it.
I agree.
That's like at work. So I've talked about it on like my channel and stuff, but like me and my mom's relationship isn't great. So like, and she's had a lot of medical things. So like, whenever someone makes fun of my mom or like is like, yeah, so I just saw your mom last week. And I'm like, oh, good. I'm glad she's seeing someone. Are you taking care of her and everything? Is everything going all right with that relationship? Or someone's like, you know, makes a joke. I'm like, man, my mom's had brain tumors. Like, my boss is like, man, I feel like a fucking asshole now. Thanks.
That's how, my middle name is Winona, and growing up, like, people are mean. They'll make fun of they'll make fun of you for any little thing. And, they'd make fun of me for that name. And I got that name because it's my aunt, well, my dad's sister's name, but she passed away when she was and so it was like he named me after her and like in her honor. And so like when people would make fun of me, I was like, yeah, well, I got that because it's, and I would tell them how, and then you'd be like, oh, snap, like that's yikes. Feels bad. And I'm like, yeah, like now don't you like what? Now don't you feel bad for that? 'Cause that's like
it's a weird victory lap that you could do at that moment. You're like, ha, I made you feel awful for your bad joke.
Yeah.
Your jokes are bad and you should feel bad.
Oh wait, you already do. Those are good moments though, because you're just like, man, but what about I'm throwing this dark reason at you. That's so mean. Like, oh man. Like, the problem was in high school, I kind of overused it, and I had certain friends who became immune to it, that they would eventually have a retort, but they would only be able to go like 3 rounds before like, they're like, I can't, I feel bad now. Like, that's like the max. Like, they'll be like, yeah, I saw your mom yesterday, you know. Oh yeah, that's great. How's she doing? And they're like, oh no, she's all right, you know, she's doing well. I'm like, how's her medical stuff doing? They're like, like, they can't take both at the same time. It's the combos that get them. And he is businessing it up.
He is definitely businessing it up. It looks like he's trying to like maybe follow along a little bit with at least where we are in kind of the conversation type thing. But like He's just on the phone with whoever the fuck, and it's just
It looks
business,
like
business,
he's
business,
trying to
business.
say, like, seal a deal, and if he doesn't seal that deal, I'm gonna call that person and be like, why didn't you accept the deal? Because look at this man. He's, like, in full, like...
He needs a suit. Hold on. I got...
I know.
Hold
Wait, are
on.
you gonna put a fucking...
JPEG.
Oh no.
There's gotta be... Yes, there's one that'll work, sort of. Maybe? That might work. I don't know. This is gonna be complicated. It's gotta find one that's not gonna be, like, straight off of a mannequin. Well, some of these... Like, there's no real JPEGs of them. Wow.
Go for PNG.
That's good. Oh, let's go with... That'll work, I guess. Open image.
I'm just like waiting for it to pop up on the screen.
Save image. I've done this so many times on this show at this point. I'm just like, I still have an image saved over me for one of these of a gremlin because someone made a joke that I'm the gremlin of this podcast.
Alright then.
And I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just lean into it for a moment. All right.
Right?
Do this.
Nothing better to do than own it.
Add a source image. Add new source. No, I don't need that. No, wrong one. Add a duplicate. Wait, what is going on? Streamlabs, why you gotta change? I don't learn you yet.
Streamlabs just updated, like, today.
Right? They changed
And it hurts
everything.
my brain. Like, I was trying to start my stream, and I was already late because I had a doctor's appointment. And I was like, Streamlabs, I'm just trying to start my stuff.
How do you add a new image?
I don't know.
Ah! I only have the old images.
Good.
No!
I don't
Oh.
use Streamlabs. I'm sorry, I can't help.
I can use this image. This will work. This can work.
I only use Streamlabs for my nose,
This can work.
and then I use it.
Then, I need filters. Gotta chroma key this real quick. There's chroma key. Chroma key. There we go. Perfect. Done. Oh, it's not gonna line up well, but it's the best I'm gonna get. Oh, that does not line up at all.
Can you like enlarge it or anything?
The head part's weird. Hold on. I'm gonna crop it real quick.
Alright.
Crop. Gotta go off the top a little bit. Should work a bit better. That probably looks a little better. I think it's just a weird image for it. So.
Whoa.
Damn you!
Whoa. I fucked up my spellings real bad there.
There's a couple S's missing.
Okay, it's fine.
That lines up really well, actually, surprisingly. He's got really big shoulders now.
That's okay. You know what? As a businessman, he needs to have broad shoulders and,
it looks like he's been working out, you know?
Yeah. Just look at Kingpin.
Right? He's the kingpin right now. Oh man, I don't have a rotate. Damn it. Moving too much. Oh well. That bit took way longer to set up than it needed to, but all right.
That's okay.
But no, like
That's completely fine.
we tangented off of that real quick. I lost my entire train of thought after that. How's everyone's week's been?
Filled with work. Just work.
Same, but not same. Like, I just started Target again. It's interesting. For you. But it's only because I haven't been there for a long time, so, you know.
Yeah.
I got my good old break that I needed, so it was just kind of, but I know that it's gonna quickly go away because.
No, especially like we're going into the fourth quarter. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, it's
Fourth quarter with any job sucks this time of year, though. Let's be honest. Like I can't think of
and honestly, out of all the jobs that I've had, Target isn't compared to like some places that I've worked. It's not like it has its like, but it's not. I
don't mind it. It's compared out of every job I've worked, it's probably the best. Other than maybe Spencer's. But like that's just like one of my favorite things about working at Spencer's was prank callers, because prank callers think that they can get you with like really dumb jokes. They're being like, "Oh, what's your biggest dildo?" I'm working at fucking Spencer's, bro. You think that's gonna fucking face me, bro?
Yeah.
So I started working at Spencer's right when I started streaming too. So like I'm immune to your bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll really just do the most sometimes, and it's hurts my brain.
Yeah. No, and like, especially like compared to like I like working. Because the worst job I think I've worked was either working at like the Kroger grocery store I used to work at, which Kroger apparently, upon further reflection, is actually worse than working at a Walmart. Like people say, so like you got your Smiths, Fry's, Fred Meyer's. I don't know a lot of the East Coast ones, but that's the ones I know under their little umbrella of corporations. They suck. Other than that, I had the truck wash job, and I've talked hours about that, but that, like, I probably have nerve damage in my hand from that. And fourth quarter equals trucks with salt all over them. And snow. Which is fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
I'm surprised I actually never got hit by a piece of snow. Like, a piece of, like, sheet ice on top
Oh,
of the
that just
truck.
flies off the back of a trailer.
Yeah.
That would have been scary.
Oh,
my
I've seen
goodness.
some come close.
Holy.
Especially because, like, where I was, when it does snow, it compacts really fast. So, like, it's thick snow on the truck. So, like, shit flies.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I live in Texas, so
What part? I used to live in Texas. What, like
I'm in Austin.
Austin? I used to live in San Antonio.
Oh, nice.
I've been to San Antonio for, I went there for, PAX.
PAX?
Yeah.
So,
Probably gonna go again this year, honestly.
Oh, sweet. Well, next year.
Well, yeah, that's what, yeah. The upcoming one, because I was gonna go to
Yeah.
PAX West, but, like, it came up really fast in TwitchCon.
Yeah, so you kind of
Are
had
you
to.
going to TwitchCon this year?
Yeah, I'm going to TwitchCon.
Yeah.
I've got some things planned, potentially a live version of this.
Wow.
Hopefully, that we've had this planned for a while. We were supposed to do it last year, but it didn't work out because of internet reasons.
Yeah. If you guys do it and you guys have like a special spot, let me know and I'll go like swing by and like be like, hi.
All right, I'm done witnessing.
I'm looking for guests, so And
Yeah.
welcome, G2.
I'm like 100. Like I'll be willing to do that. Just let me know more and like.
Yeah, I can let you know more. But yeah, that like
you.
it's the whole reason like TwitchCon is the whole reason why I'm not planning on PAX this year, just because, and I want to go to PAX West at least once, and I want to go to PAX East at least once, because like PAX South 2018 is when I ran into like everyone that I know now. So
Wait, can you say something?
What?
Can you tell Jenkos that say is it Jenkos masz fajn dupsko? Yeah.
I can't say that.
You
I'm
That was that German?
No.
Okay.
I barely speak English. Like, come on.
It's Polish. It's Polish. People are teaching me Polish. It's really cute.
I'm gonna put. I don't even know what you said. What? I can't. That's the best I can do is I can like. Honestly,
he can
my
say his name, maybe.
Wait.
fuck off.
Say Ze?
Ze?
Janos? Wait, no. Jenkos.
Jenkos?
Masz
Ash?
fajn
Fine?
dupsko.
Dupsko.
There you go.
I have no
Not
idea
saying
what
all
I've
of
said.
it.
God knows what I've just said. Hold on. To Google Translate I go.
Have fun reading a broken English version of that phrase.
Yeah, shut up.
It's always funny seeing what people like would think I like it is. There's oh my god. Hey,
That's pretty good.
Did you actually get it?
Yeah, you have a nice ass.
Yeah.
I like that. Perfect.
All I need to know when I go to Poland.
Exactly.
Hey there.
That's how I treated my German class in high school. Just learn one phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like we've done a little thing where they were teaching me, but that's the only one that mainly stuck.
That's like me. My extent of like any language is my last name, which I don't think really counts because you're kind of born with that. And I can somewhat understand Spanish, but I can't speak Spanish. Like just based off of the fact that like growing up in Arizona, you hear enough phrases that you start to pick up on certain phrases and kind of understand certain phrases. So you know kind of what's being said. Doesn't mean I have an exact translation, because that would require me to actually have learned another language. No, wait, I did learn another language. I learned the language of music.
Ah, yes.
That was my
Music
high
is a
school.
universal language.
But what about the language of love?
Not universal.
I'm not learning French. My extent of my French is oui oui. That's as far as it goes.
You can say hello at least, right? And it's not barn door.
Bonjour.
There you go.
There it is. Okay. I read. My brain was going through every language hello that I know, and it was like French. Where is it? Where's French?
It's in the bees. It's in the
Guten
bees.
Abend. Guten Tag, wie geht es Ihnen? Guten Abend is good afternoon. That's something
Man.
I remember.
I feel so behind everyone right now.
When I was little, I used to speak 3 languages. But then I went to school, and now I can barely speak one.
Yeah, that's almost the same with me. My first language was German, and then I went to school, and now I really only know English and can kind of say some stuff in German, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Well,
It
and
sucks.
that's the thing. Like,
It sucks so much.
no offense, the education system here drills English a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I mean, other countries take English classes. We take English classes too. Why?
I'm more saying like the fact that I've learned the same like basic structures of everything 700 times throughout my adolescence that I'll never forget it.
Can you dissect a sentence via its structure?
For the most part, yeah.
Because I can't.
But at the same time, I don't care because it's trivial little things like that sometimes don't even apply because it's like this rule applies all the time, except when it doesn't.
Exactly. Like the I before E except after C, even though we have all of these words that have like E, I, and then C.
Or like how certain words are said, certain like letters just disappear from phrases. It's just like
that confuses me so much. They're like, oh, how do you spell this? And I say it, and they're like, no, there's all these letters that you missed. I'm like, what? What?
That's the worst part. It's like,
why you gotta make it complicated?
I hate when people say sound it out, and I'm like,
no, don't
do that.
Okay. So, can I ask you a question then?
Yes.
If you didn't know how to speak English, how would you spell baloney?
Bologna.
Dude, I barely can spell it now. I work in the food department. I stock bologna.
I was about to say Oscar Mayer, man.
Yeah. Just drop back to the Oscar Mayer commercials, and then to spell banana, just listen to Gwen Stefani.
I used to say
Respect.
bananas. By the way, I used to say bananas. I used to say BANANAS.
Oh, I say the S. Yeah, I do that. It's not that though, is it? Damn it. What the fuck, Dev? My brain. It's like the whole fucking like Luke Skywalker quote from Star Wars that everyone gets wrong. Like,
I am your father.
No,
yes,
everyone thinks it's
Polish is very easy to learn. You can learn Polish very easy.
You know, that's fair. I want to learn a second language. I just haven't picked which one because so I've talked about this previously, but I almost became like for the Marines. I almost became a linguistic. Things fell through, but I could have become a linguistics person. I could have picked a language that I'm like I'm gonna specialize in this. So like I have the ability to do it. So I probably need to relearn some schooling stuff. Also, hello everybody. Welcome to chat, by the way. I haven't said hi to every single person yet.
I was going to say thank you for speaking in a language I can read.
J4P, PL Play, and what up, Cat?
I can translate if you guys like have a problem like things.
And Ralex.
Know what they said?
Well, I kind of care, but I kind of don't.
They're behaving. It's okay. I promise you.
I was about to say, okay, as long as they're behaving.
No, they're behaving. It's okay. They're
okay,
good.
see, there's the thing is, there's a fine line in our chat of behaving and not behaving.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. I'll get it.
It's which I gotta say, I love Twitch communities so much. Shit like that, like you have certain communities who are like. You wouldn't want to normally walk into like a standard like deep conversation with that chat just randomly because you're like, wait, what the fuck is being talked about here?
Yeah, right?
That's any time like I'm streaming. It's just like my chat's either just talking about what I'm doing or they're going off on a complete side tangent about the inner workings of sexual desires, and I'm like, all right, you guys have literally no on and off. The fuck?
It's sometimes being fun. It's fun being a part of that conversation, but other times it's weird just watching it from the sidelines.
Honestly. Okay, honestly, there's some weird conversations that have been gone down in my chat, and I'm just like, okay, I'll just let you guys have that. If you guys at me, then I know you're talking to me. But like, I'm just gonna continue over here, okay?
Well, it happens all the time, Mark. Like, I'll look away. Like, it happened the other night playing Minecraft. We were playing Sky Factory, and I got really into the zone of doing stuff.
Yeah.
And thank you. It's a Fossil Watch. I fucking love this thing. It's so nice. I'll explain it in a moment after this. So what happens is, like, we're playing Sky Factory. I'm doing something. I look over and 2 people in chat, like, 15 messages go by, and I'm like, I look over towards like the latest one. I'm like, wait, what the fuck are you guys talking about now? Huh? I've looked away for 2 minutes. If that. What the hell happened?
I think that's very common to do, especially if like you're playing games. Like I try hard in Overwatch and Siege, and so like if I'm in a match, I like my try hard face is so bad. It's so bad, but at least you can tell that I'm like try harding. I'm not like obviously ignoring chat. But I feel bad.
I find it hilarious that you actually have a command for it in your chat, like. Don't worry, she's not ignoring chat. She's just tryharding at the moment.
Yeah, just tryharding. It's okay.
She'll be back in a moment.
Yeah.
Mine's usually like, what'll happen is I'm playing, and if Steven's not streaming, he's usually in my chat as we play games together, and he's like, yeah, I know, chat. Dev's just ignoring you guys right now, because like chat got off on like 16 messages and be like, Dev, and I'm like, I look over like, oh shit, I'm sorry guys. I'm not ignoring you.
I mean, it's a problem if someone who's not even on your stream is paying more attention to your chat than you.
I get in the zone, though.
Uh-oh, you started something.
Yeah, I noticed.
He did.
It's beginning. Hey, Dad,
You guys are fun.
I'm just thinking of the Stewie thing. Ma.
Dev, stop ignoring us. Hey, Dev. Hey, Dev.
Motherfucker.
There it is.
I feel so attacked.
Oh, that's fun.
Like, I fucking love it though, because it's just like, it's like like Twitch communities are great for like moments like that where you're just like, what the hell, man? Why aren't you doing your job? Come on, you're here to talk to us. And there's Doggo.
There's Doggo.
Yeah, there's
So-
Doggo. He decided to just go lay on the floor.
So you brought up Sky Factory as best.
Can you say Polska Gram?
It's written down in chat.
Polska Gram, yes. Yes.
I think I said
Polska Gram. Polska Gram. Yeah. Yeah.
No, what did you say, Dev?
It
Holding.
says
Say it.
Poland Grom. That's what it says.
Polska Gram.
Polska Grom?
Gram.
Grom? I see, the problem is my R's, like,
Try to roll them.
I'm not trying to roll them though, but it's just, I don't know why, it's weird. All right, I do have a tendency to roll R's on like really white words too, sometimes. And like, it's a bad habit, 'cause it's just like,
I'm just expecting fries.
it's
Fries.
Srika.
Burger.
Three big kind of meat.
Kairi.
But why are we doing the accent with it too?
I don't know, because I'm here. We're doing it now. This is what's happening.
Yes.
Frankie, you came in at a great time. Welcome to the show, bud.
Dude, wait, can you see, you know what Jenko said?
Anime.
Which
You
one?
watch
The anime?
anime?
Just
Yeah, you watch
before he answers, look on the posters behind him and see if you see any anime posters.
Dun 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 dun.
I do watch. Currently, I watch My Hero Academia. I'm watching through One Piece.
Oh, have fun with that.
Yeah, I know. I'm currently in the like the spooky season. So I'm not even at the time skip yet. I'm. See, what happened was I was like, oh, I remember watching as a kid, like to the dub version. I'll just go where I was in the dubbed and then work from there. I thought I got way further as a kid. I didn't get out of the East Blue as a kid, and then I went to where I remembered. I'm like, oh fuck me. I'm gonna be here forever. At that point, I was like, I might as well just restart. because I'm also just watching it all the way through at that point, which I did. I watch it in spurts now. I have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is probably one of my favorites.
Yes.
If not my favorite, because that show is fucking awesome. First season of Sword Art isn't bad. First half season. The second half of the first season is fucking Elfheim, which ruins everything. And falls into, like, I know this sounds silly, but there's certain fan servicey things that I don't need, like, blatantly thrown in all the time in certain shows, especially when it's not in the first half of the show. Like in Sword Art, the first half of that first season doesn't have blatant fan service moments. The second half has a character who's just notorious for big boobs and an almost tentacle hentai scene.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's almost, but it doesn't happen. I was like, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? And it didn't. And I was kind of low key, sort of, a little bit, like, a hint of disappointed.
See, all you have to do is just go to a different website, watch the scene that was supposed to happen,
but it was
and
like
then continue.
The moment leading, like, it was just like, is it gonna happen? Oh, this is on Netflix. So I'm like, is it? What? But it didn't happen. So we were like, okay, whatever. It's fine.
Netflix is starting to go adventurous into their anime stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, are they gonna allow it?
Like, have you seen the CG animated TV show Sex, Drugs, Robots, I think is what it's called?
Not yet. I've heard really good things.
It's like a collection of sci-fi stories. Not a syndicated, like, long story of one full thing, but it's just a bunch of different shorts. And some of them get pretty intense.
Yeah, they do.
I heard it's got good dark humor in it too, so.
Oh yeah.
But no, like,
what was the anime?
I remember Elfheim ruining that, and I haven't watched since Elfheim.
So, the actual second season of Sword Art, I hear, is actually pretty.
That's what I've heard. Elfheim left such a bad taste.
Elfheim, it's you just have to get over it. And the second season is really good, and also GGO. GGO is actually really good. I don't know if it's super good to me because I have, like, a strong love for FPSs. So, like, the fact that, like, they even thought of a VR FPS MMO, that I would literally, my life would be, I would never see the sunlight at all. I would forget what it looked like.
That's your brand.
I would have to do that's just who I am. But I still appreciate, like, the Sword Art online ones, and I do think that the second one is a lot, like, I do like it a little bit better than the first one because Alpine does kind of fuck up the first one.
I don't have the presets for it. It would take a lot of
He's talking to chat.
I'm talking to chat. It would take some time, and we went to a whole shtick for this. Hold on, where is it? There. Oh, why is it up here? Ah!
What'd you
That's
do?
not where you are. Hey, there we go. I just realized why that's there.
Business.
That was the gremlin photo that I replaced.
Oh.
Whoops. My
Man,
bad. But yeah, we took some time to do that. So I would be fuck. I did it again. God damn it.
Good job, Proud.
So what were you asking before we got sidetracked?
Anime.
Yes.
What do you watch? I think I've gone over the major ones that I've been watching and have watched. I also watched Castlevania Netflix.
Yes, that's so good. Oh.
I haven't finished it, but I love the sass of of our two leads. and they're constant bickering back and forth. That's also, like, super lighthearted. It's great. It's right up your alley, Steven. It's got vampires.
I do like vampires. They're pretty interesting. So, when it comes to anime, for me, I haven't really watched a lot of animes recently. I actually just caught up and watched My Hero Academia because Dev told me to.
Mhm.
But otherwise, I've watched but mainly vampire things because back when I really loved anime, I was a vampire weeb. So I'd watch things like To Love Ru or Trinity
Van Helsing.
Blade or Van Helsing, both versions. There was honestly one of my favorite animes that I haven't heard many people talk about was Horizon Log, which is basically like Sword Art Online but better.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann.
Yes.
DM
That
me
on
the
Verve?
name so I can remember.
Verve?
No, don't. Log in.
Asuna she is best girl. Asuna is best girl. Asuna is so
Did
pretty.
you guys read the lost chapter of Asuna? And
No.
there's the writer and director of the anime for the episode where I think his name's, I can't remember the main character's name, the boy.
Kiriko?
Kiriko. But yeah, when Kiriko and Asuna start to do their fun stuff in their home in the Sword Art, and then they go on to a time skip because it's anime in Japan. The director ended up writing a fanfic of how he would have wrote the sex scene if it happened.
Alrighty.
Out there.
Whoa!
Well, then I
Whoa.
wouldn't necessarily call that a fan fiction. I would just call that canon.
That's just canon that wasn't shown.
Yeah, but he calls it his fanfic. So
Okay.
I'm
mean,
sure
that's
if you
like-
type it.
That's like if Akira Toriyama had a scene for Chi-Chi and the cup and Vegeta and Bulma and stuff like that. Like that's technically would be canon, right? Because it happens.
Yeah.
There's proof.
I mean, it's head canon, but it's not paper canon.
I don't know. If the creator puts it in their head canon, I feel like it becomes canon, right?
Yeah. It's like George Lucas and writing some of the Star Wars books.
I thought about other things, but I don't want to get politically charged on a podcast with right now. So
Fair.
I think I may have just struck a couple of nerves with you, Dev.
I have next to me not only one eyewitness book from, it's not quite on screen, but this is the Force Awakens eyewitness book from DK. But I have the encyclopedias to Star Wars over here. I have the chronological guide to the galaxy before they got, nixed, and the character guide to the galaxy, and I have all the eyewitness books for all the movies.
And I see all your posters in the back too.
Oh yeah, all the plaques for all the movies. I need to get all of them. I can't find the first one and the second one, and then I want to get the new trilogy, and then I want to get the spin-offs. I want to get a plaque for all of them. And then I have Chewbacca because he's best.
Of course.
One.
You're gonna be subscribing to Disney Plus to get that Obi-Wan.
I was already gonna subscribe because I'm a big Captain America fan, and there's gonna be the Bucky and Falcon show and all the other stuff, and the What If series. I was already signed on, and they're like, "Hey, we're also gonna potentially do Obi-Wan on there," and I'm like, "All right, Disney, I may have mixed feelings towards you, but you're still gonna get my fucking money, you assholes."
I'm just waiting for Disney to buy Sony.
I don't know if they can.
Oh, they can.
Monetarily, they can, yes.
Yeah.
Legally, is there enough
Disney's
loopholes that they
already-
can go through?
They're already a monopoly, so
But is it one of those monopolies that, if they do that, are they big enough that the government's finally like, all right, listen. No.
I think it'd be fine if they kept Sony as more of a subsidiary or a sister company, not necessarily actually turning it into Disney, but at least owning all the rights to their stuff. So that way we can keep Spider-Man in the MCU.
Yeah, it's a real topic. We can talk about this.
Which side are you on? Just generalizing. Are you side Sony or side Marvel?
Neither.
You're siding the people?
Yes. I'm on the side of Spider-Man.
Wait.
Yeah.
The chat distracted me because they said holy pepperoni. Can we acknowledge the holy pepperoni and then continue? Okay.
Holy pepperoni sound good. That sounds like a
Exactly.
good type of. That sounds like a really well made one.
It
It
does.
sounds like something you'd find in Minecraft.
It sounds like something you would find outside of Minecraft. Okay, continue.
In a modded Minecraft. No, see, I feel Sony's an idiot for not working with Disney if they do this, because they know they have not had good luck outside of an animated Spider-Man flick of continuing a good franchise. They made it to one third Spider-Man film once on their own, and they bollocksed it.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield's trilogy, I felt too wasn't awful, and even upon we reviewed it a few weeks back, it still isn't the worst Spider-Man movie, in my opinion. 3, in my opinion, still takes the cake. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is still rough, really though. And the fact that Tom Holland is his Spider-Man is so ingrained in the MCU.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is Marvel's Spider-Man, because like, they've got the Tony Stark background and everything else like that. So if they were to just rip him out of that and still try to keep the cast that they have, all of the background story and everything else is just ripped away from them because they legally won't be able to mention it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, there's people say that they might be able to mention Tony Stark, but not anything else. And I also am not on the side of Disney because they did offer a bullshit deal.
But yeah, Disney's just being Disney. So if I had to side with the company,
is stupid.
Yeah, especially out of nowhere like that, like 5% to 50% is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, and it's the thing, like, with the 50% deal, the problem still with that is Sony's not going to make as much money, even if they do one on their own. They'll still make more money off of it because it may not gross $1 billion, but it might make 700,000, over its lifetime in the box office, and they'll get a bigger cut than splitting a $1 billion movie 50-50. Then on top of that, Marvel Studios owns the rights to manufacturing any of the toys, anything else related to Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Sony just has the rights to the movies.
Yeah, and games.
Well, yeah. Have the media rights.
Yeah.
While Marvel owns everything else. And we saw it in the comics too. I wouldn't doubt this happening. Is potentially a Spider-Man disappearance in the Marvel comics, which would be unheard of. But that happened with the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four never had a break in its schedule. Fantastic Four went from being the first family of Marvel up until a few years ago during Secret Wars, when the first family disappeared from Marvel.
Yeah.
And part of their reasoning for that was, hey, let's push Fox to make a deal. There's less stuff for them to sell that's Fantastic
We're
Four
not
related.
writing their stories for them, so
Mind you, Fox fucked up all their things anyways on their own. Whatever. The only good things that came out of it was Logan and Deadpool. Arguably. But the problem is that like Sony, like, I think he has. There's a compliment. That's rare. Also, Stella Potato, thank you for the follow.
Stella! Sorry.
The problem right now is that Sony's other successful superhero movie, other than Into the Spider-Verse, which you could tie that into Tom Holland, yes, which would probably be successful without a doubt, is the Venom. And not that Venom is the worst movie ever made, but it's me and Steven said it. It's a 2000s superhero film,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't want Tom Holland involved interacting with Tom Hardy. I don't know. They're very different characters. I don't know. I feel so.
They're both Toms, though.
Yay, I guess.
And they're both British.
Yeah.
Own apple tea.
So Spider-Man and Venom are just gonna sit down, having a cup of tea with some biscuits. And
You're gonna have Eddie Brock sitting there with some tea. Venom pokes out. Can I have some? Hold on, actually.
Can I have so many?
There you go.
And then we're gonna be like, God damn it! And Tom Holland, Spider-Man's gonna be over there like, that's kind of cool. Something along those lines that he's adorable for, and that's it. And then
He'll be like, "Whoa, you didn't trigger my Peter tingle. What are you doing there?"
It was so good too. We had a good thing going. We just got the entire Marvel cinematic, like all Marvel properties together. We could have had it. The dream. Wolverine, Deadpool, Spider-Man, Captain America all hanging out.
Nope. Your dream is ruined.
It is.
Your dorky dream will never be reality. Your dream shall be a meme.
Damn you, because that's not technically wrong right now. Funny enough, though.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of memes,
oh no.
have you guys heard about Area 51 recently?
Maybe a thing or two. Or 51.
Oh god.
Ah, I have bad one-liners too.
Damn it, that was bad. Yes, the
As is
Naruto
Naruto
runners go first. Yes, we know.
Can I be a rock thrower?
Sure. You can be whatever you want to be, Yeah, so Nevada town near Area 51 braces itself for hordes of alien hunters. Rachel, Nevada, which is a small, tiny town that doesn't even have fucking Wi-Fi out there. Like, they have no signal out there. It's bad, because my dad did a lot of work out there when I lived in Arizona. So, like, he'd be like, hey, you probably won't hear from me for, like, a week, because I'm going to be over in Rachel, Nevada. I'm like, all right, later.
Have fun.
Pretty much. But funny enough, like, I have a side tangent for it. But Rachel is a middle of nowhere, middle of Nevada town. Middle of the desert. It's dirt. It's there. They have an alien sign. All that stuff, because they're right next to Area 51. The fact that this small little podunk town has to brace itself for potentially the meme of life at this point. I don't think if this actually happens, I don't think there's a meme that tops it. Has there been a meme that truly has, like, etched into creating a truly, like, real life experience like this, other than, like, the Naruto runners meeting here and the Kamehameha things here? If this happens, I feel bad for Rachel, Nevada, because there's like 16 people there.
Hey, they'll have a sudden influx of money into their economy, which will bring business, and then the independent business owners out there will start being able to expand, and who knows, Rachel, Nevada might actually become a noticeable city, all because of this meme.
But, okay, no, there's no way. Hold on. I gotta look up the population of Rachel, Nevada real quick, because I'm... Rachel, Nevada.
Like, part of me, when I keep seeing Area 51 memes, part of me wished I was a little more into Fortnite, because I really wanted to make, like, a death run of Area 51. I was too lazy. Never did it.
I
have a month.
I wasn't far off with the population,
16?
by the way.
Is it 100?
Lower.
85.
Lower.
32.
69.
Higher. Not, but high. You're the closest.
God damn. Closest at 69.
So far. I mean...
There you go. Now you get.
No, I got it. I just was ignoring it for the moment. But 69. I'm the guy who yells 69 during Smash Bros. Come on. I can't hold in a laugh about it for that long. Times my answer by 3.
48.
That's not 16 times 3.
Oh, that was yeah. No, yeah, yeah, it is.
Oh, times it by.
Math.
I was good at math in school. Damn it. Wow, we're good at this.
Times it by
Yeah, I know, right?
3.375.
You what?
You're muted.
Yeah.
You muted
Oh,
yourself.
shit. My bad. Times it by 3.375.
3.375. So 3 1/3. So a third of 16 is numbers.
You are
So
correct, sir. It is numbers.
56.
Almost.
Okay.
55.
Closer.
Oh,
54.
Yeah!
Yay!
so just say it at this point.
No, that would have been too easy. There are 54 people currently living in, as of 2010 census, there were 54 people living in Rachel, Nevada.
All right,
they
so it's
have
been 10 years.
they have a McDonald's, some mom and pop grocery store.
I don't even
and,
think they have a
Dollar
McDonald's.
General.
No, I
No,
don't.
they have-
No, they don't
and
have a
like a
McDonald's if I
hotel.
remember correctly.
I mean, that would make sense. I live out in the middle of a podunk town in the middle of California boonies, and all we have is a Subway and a Safeway.
They don't have any of that. They have an inn.
Cool.
That's
Oh
like,
God.
it's the little alien.
The little A-Lee. The little A-Lee.
Alien.
I'm so disappointed.
I love it.
It's pretty good.
That's
so,
so
I mean,
stupid.
They're not gonna get that much more revenue then, because they're just that end's gonna get booked up, and that's gonna be it since they don't really have anywhere else for
Yeah,
the.
they're gonna
the
sell
They
input.
have
all
a, they
of
have
their
a
stuff.
there's the Rachel Baptist Church.
Oh, nobody's going there.
There's a bar.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, everybody's going there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there'll be a handful of people
Probably a
at the
bar
church.
slash diner. Yeah, there seems to be like an eating place, and then there's the little alien.
Yeah, is there a local grocery store?
I don't think so.
So, can you type in the nearest grocery store from there for me? Just because now I'm curious.
Yeah, like hold up. So.
Let me get directions.
And unless they get an airdrop from Area 51 every week.
Type of Safeway.
There we go. Nearest Safeway.
No, not the Safeway near me. Fucking hell. Stop. Motherfucker.
This Safeway is
I
2
know where
days
the
away.
Safeways are here. The hell. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna look at.
Why is there a raging baby in chat?
I don't know.
Oh, that's Baby Rage.
It's because he's mad because we were playing Minecraft together and I was raging, so Babyface, Baby Rage.
Mm-hmm. I getcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean,
Yes,
So, who all is streaming Minecraft right now out of the four of us?
I do.
Okay.
Kyrie? Yeah, Kyrie, do you?
I haven't streamed it. I have, but not recently.
Okay. So, that's because it just seems like everyone I talk to is like, yeah, I stream Minecraft right now. I was like, what the hell's happening? Why is it Minecraft again?
because we've gone full circle.
It's me.
It just happens that way, I guess. I don't know. I've been questioning it too because it seems really random how it's just come out of nowhere. And like, but at the same time, Fortnite's been doing dumb shit with the game, so I think people were just done with it.
So speaking of which, Liz posted something in our Discord. We're in the middle of the thing. We could probably leave it for T-Pop to discuss, but Fortnite has released a balance patch, or is going to be releasing a balance patch for those mechs. So,
What, the
So I have
mechs
to be-
they stole from Respawn as well from everything else? The fact that I could go into Fortnite and be like, wait, am I playing a Respawn Titanfall / Apex game now? Annoys
no,
me.
because at least Titanfall was more balanced.
Which which is weird to say that their mechs were more balanced.
Yeah, it's like if you didn't have a mech in Titanfall, you at least had more non-destructible cover.
So. and they stole the whole pings and revive systems from
You're
Apex.
really mad at me. Why are you mad at me? Just talk over me.
You're good. And Overwatch has.
I don't want to type, so I'm just kind of quietly talking. So if you guys can.
Okay.
It's like I see you worthing, but I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
So, the nearest actual grocery store is in Alamo, Nevada, almost an hour away.
Those poor people.
There are
called
people who
Great
shop here in
Basin
town,
Foods.
where I am, that drive like an hour out of town to come here to shop.
Yeah, it sounds like what they do is they literally just like go into town to like a Costco or something. I mean, it's not a Costco, it's whatever the name of that grocery store is. Buy like 2 months worth of supplies and then drive back.
A lot of non-perishables, canned goods, water bottles.
Got a can of beans and some more beans and some more beans.
That reminds me of like
Beans, they're good for your heart.
The more you eat, the more you fart.
beans, the magic fruit. The more you eat, the more you shoot. The more you shoot, the better you feel. So eat beans with every meal. That's the version I grew up with. And
Teeth is more PG.
yeah, well, my grandparents weren't, they weren't into, having their child, their grandchild say things like fart.
Yeah, that's too PG-13 as an 8-year-old. God.
I mean, they didn't let Pumbaa say it in the good version of Lion King, so I mean, I get it.
Have either of you seen the new version of Lion King yet?
No, I've heard a lot of good things about it. Also, again, just a reminder: if you want to know what they're saying in Polish, just let me know, and I can tell you if it's bad or not. Or if you want me to just let you know if it's bad, I can do that.
If it's something interesting, you're more than welcome to share it, because I perfectly understand it, but I don't know if everyone else here perfectly understands it.
Yeah, but Tole says a lot of random things very randomly. Sometimes they're risky, but they're not. These ones they're not risky. Wait.
That's fair.
Yeah, these aren't risky. But it's funny. It's funny.
Hey, Dev, can you do me a favor?
Oh.
Can you read that bottom message for me from Japo here in the most American accent you can?
Hi,
Why me? Why not use you? That's not
I'll
fair.
translate in Spanish. Yo también hablar español.
No, I'm not gonna use that one. Hold on.
I'm gonna use my. No, that's deep.
That
Why is Satan in the chat now? Jesus.
This is supposed to be Satan.
I was about to say, now you're modding your voice. How's it supposed to be especially American if it's modded?
All I hear is these guttural noises. I don't know.
Hey there. This isn't quite right. Turn off the echo. I'm still really low.
Hello there. I'm God. That's more the God voice I had, right?
I guess, yes.
All right, so that's
I
gonna
don't
be my
remember.
American thing. All right. Oh, that's a little lower.
Let's go about here. That sounds.
Oh, that's too high.
I was about to say,
probably
that's
up
you,
there.
just with the word.
Shut up.
You can go higher than normal.
That's also true.
Like, I am.
Well, is it supposed to be woman 22 is what I'm guessing. It looks like that's what this starts with. W22. W Swan 22 Latina Zero Zenis Shezi 10 Razi Walena Takim.
Okay, so
This is
now it sounds like you're summoning Satan because how slowly you're saying it. You're like speaking Old Aramaic backwards. Like,
The fact you made a joke about old Aramaic is like. The fuck?
yeah, see, it sounds like a demonic word.
Yeah, it actually really reminded me of some parts from a game called Texorcist. I don't know if you guys know.
I have not heard of it.
Sounds interesting.
What?
Is that even a word?
Yes, it is. Hold on. Let me find a link for it. Okay.
Like, there's one too many Z's in there for me.
It's a surname.
You like to play later out of sight? Sure. No, Phil, if you want to play some Siege, I'm totally down. I actually want to play some Siege later. Or...
What is that? The ridiculous Poland name.
Here
for
is
city.
the Steam link for it.
For what?
Man, English city name.
EXO. Oh wait. Oh, I thought I had a voice on for a second. That sounded weird to me.
Siege or mainly Siege if you're down for Siege, but if you're I love Siege. I love me some.
I haven't played Siege in forever.
I like the little dink that you get when you hit that headshot. Oh, so good. Oh goodness gracious.
That sound effect was.
Sorry, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I forget.
The problem was like usually, like that sounded like Sling getting absorbed inward to something.
I know. That's
It's just it threw me off. That's all.
Yeah. But that's I like it. But if you want to play another game like Minecraft or something, because I know if you need help redeeming your shiznits in Minecraft because some stuff went down today.
Did you guys see a lot of this stuff for Death Stranding?
Yes.
You guys saw all that? Man.
Oh my god, so many people are upset that you don't get to see Norman Reedus' dick.
Just a pee meter. I mean, I'm kind of interested in it only because it could be interesting gameplay. Like, I'm just imagining you save that one spot and you kind of, maybe your pee meter's about halfway full. And then you're walking through this area filled with these monsters, but you have to be quiet, but you really have to pee. What happens if you really need to pee, but you have to be quiet in the game? Is you urinating gonna alert them? Like,
man, I can't hold it anymore.
Exactly. I just imagine all these hilarious moments about to happen in the future.
You have Norman Reedus running around with his dick out, peeing. You're like, ah!
Like, what I imagine, I'm hoping that there's gonna be like a cut scene where like you end up peeing in the middle of one of those aging storms. So he like pees and then the rain lands on him and he ages from the dick out.
That's intense. That'd be intense. That would not be fun at all. I would be
Well, I mean,
as a man, that'd be the last place I'd want to age first.
I'm saying, like,
Just watch it as it shrivels into nothing and you're like, no.
What would you do? Like, you can't do anything. You're just like, that's good.
Your name's Old Dick. That's old Dick over there. He looks really young. I mean, wait till you see his dick. Did I cut my mic? What?
No.
I mean, I hear you.
I'm still there.
Yeah, you're also there.
No. You're a liar. Yeah. Cut the mic. Dev, cut whose mic? Steven's mic? Oh, you were saying cut his mic because the thing. I can't cut the mic because if I cut the mic, I cut everyone's mic. I don't have that.
Yeah, just silence me in Discord so you can't hear about my awkward thoughts.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could just local mute him.
But then I'm in full screen. I can't right click on people in full screen, and it's just like.
Can you tell the people of Poland, Dzień dobry? Dzień dobry.
I feel like I'm in a class. Dzień dobry?
Yes. Okay.
That does not look like that's how that is.
I know, it's weird.
That's a
Welcome to
J?
Polish.
It's weird. Yeah, it's pronounced dzień dobry.
All right.
Like, it's kind of like a djinn, the genie, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Okay, fair enough.
It means good morning.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, it is kind of morning out around
it's
there,
yeah,
right?
it's morning. Yeah, it's morning over them for them. It's like 6 o'clock, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I
would-
prefer when it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
okay.
Ha. Ha ha ha.
Good song reference. Proud of you.
Almost.
It
It's
could be 5 o'clock here.
Hold on.
Oh, here comes his liquor shelf.
The rum,
One.
Oh,
some whiskey,
He's got more.
and
There's at least 3 more, I think.
It's good.
the vodka.
Where's the tequila?
Damn,
Jeez.
damn.
Tequila.
Damn.
You got the gin still?
I've got some regular. I've got both Irish whiskey and and bourbon whiskey.
Damn.
Yo, so you're holding Jameson right now? I did a show for them for my work. So I have a Jameson duffel bag.
That's rad.
Oh.
Are you a brand ambassador?
I am not. I am an audiovisual technician trying to specialize in lighting and project managing. Project
He's a
management? Yeah.
badass kid.
That's pretty damn cool.
That's what.
So,
Yeah. Damn. Nice.
but it's all for like it's the entertainment industry, but it's for like corporate.
Mhm.
So I don't get to do a whole lot of fun stuff. But I have done a bunch of fun shows. Like we did a show for the Samsung showcase, where they were announcing a lot of their new phones and stuff like that. But we were inside of a hotel. And they wanted to do a drone fly through, but our fire marshal was like, "Nah, you can't do that."
I'm not ignoring you, chat. I just don't feel like drinking right now.
They want you to drink an entire bottle in one go. So
That.
I could do that with wine, but not like liquor.
I work tomorrow.
That's also true.
Wait. I have another question for you from chat. How do you feel about thick Minecraft characters?
About the what?
Thick Minecraft characters.
I mean, you gotta have the blocks in the right spots. That's all I got.
I love that response. I love it.
No. I usually see my drinking days are over the weekend if I feel like drinking, or during a podcast where I already had a pre-made drink ready to go. Because it's how I like to drink. And to like
Masz fine dupsko.
the only stuff that I would like out of everything I have drinking straight, the only stuff I truly enjoy drinking straight from over there has got to be the tequila. So.
Yeah, the only one that I have near me right now is my Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, and then of course the Crown. Everything else is out on the liquor cart in the dining room.
A liquor cart. I need that. I've debated like rechanging everything in here in some way and setting up a bar cam, like a mini station where I can mix things and everything. Make all my drinks. It's nice.
that sounds like a lovely idea.
It would
No
be.
sparkles the Polish.
It's not like I've ever done anything stupid drunk on stream. All right.
No, but you passed out in the bathroom after a stream.
Twice.
I'm getting another call. I'm sorry.
What? No. Oh, you're at the door. Okay.
I only passed out twice. But it was always after stream.
Yeah, never on stream.
So can you say that? They're asking if you can tell Dev, masz fine dupsko.
Oh, are they asking me to say that Dev has a fine ass?
Funny story, actually. I can actually. Weirdly enough, I have a tangent for this. My girlfriend in high school, the one I had.
That's gross. You shouldn't do that.
I know, I'm terrible. But during my junior year, it was the only time I had a girlfriend in high school too. She told me that the way she could tell me on the marching field with all the people marching was through my butt.
Makes sense.
Apparently I have a defined ass. So like, out of everyone, she's like, "Oh, that's Dev." Whenever we would like turn or anything like that. I wouldn't say I'm thick, you know.
Yeah, Dev, you're not. I wouldn't say you're thick. You're maybe toned.
I am not toned, all right.
You got a toned butt. Everything else isn't, but maybe your butt is
I have
toned.
toned legs and butt, but that's about it.
Gotta do them squats.
Well, that's the thing. I've through soccer and marching band, my legs were like in the best shape ever. They were like, yeah, we can do anything for days. Now my cardio, my core, my upper body was like, dude, stop. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, I completely understand that because my fiance, he did football and marching band. So it's like all the wall sits and everything else like that. So that part is like really defined and it's really nice. But, and like, it's never gonna go away because that's just, he developed that way. And so that's where it's gonna be and that's how it's gonna stay.
If you're gonna develop your muscle mass in a way that isn't like, I will say, don't become grotesquely giant with your muscle mass, but toning yourself while you're younger helps you while you're older.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It's like right now, it's like I've put on a little bit around the center, and I'm like, I should hit up a gym. I haven't. When do I have time? I have a lot of excuses for why I'm not hitting up the gym, and I'm like, I should just do it. I don't know. It's one of those.
I feel you on that. I have literally no reason to have excuses, but I still.
My excuse is like, I could be doing something else and not working out.
Yeah.
People want to hear what I have to say about thick asses. Well, as a businessman of taste.
Shit, I left that up. Fucking
well,
there you go. There's your door close.
Thank you. In all honesty, I won't say no to a nice thick booty, but I'm more of a boob person myself. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just, shit comes out of them. Shit shouldn't go in them. So.
Nobody was talking about anal.
No, I know, but I'm just saying thick booties. My thought in question is booties is just poop. So. I'll be honest, it's just not what I think. Good night.
It's Shrika.
No, it's supposed I need a Quagmire theme, damn it. It's Shrika.
That's all you're getting. I'm not going into it. That's just anytime from now on you say something like that. It's Shrika. Horribly auto-tuned, but you deserve it after that.
You're welcome.
The fuck, man. That tangent just, we weren't asking that. We were just asking about, like, curves, bro.
Wait, okay. Relax, aka Phil. With that being said, are you talking about the...
We got
and
dying.
I sit here with barbecue
Ketchup
sauce
on the body.
Have you seen that?
No.
I'm good.
No?
When I sit here, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He's like, and I'm sitting here with barbecue sauce. Is it barbecue
Oh,
sauce?
and I'm sitting here, barbecue sauce on my titties.
Yeah, with barbecue sauce on my That's what popped up in my head when you said ketchup on my body.
Booty. It's ketchup on the booty, apparently.
Ketchup on...
See, okay,
other...
I don't, this might seem strange, but I have I don't care for the whole food thing with sex-related stuff.
Me neither. Thank you, Jesus. Oh.
Mine is really bad because, like, you're working at Spencer's, you have to learn about the products you have, and it's been like, hey, if it's got any sort of, like, sugar or anything, that doesn't go anywhere near any orifices besides mouth if you're going to taste. For the love of Christ.
'Cause, like, you're already gonna be sticky. You don't want to be like sugar sticky, and also sugar can cause other things.
Yep, that's the big thing.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
the amount of strange facts I have from working at Spencer's is great, by the way. Like,
Nice. I always, if I go into that section of Spencer's, I always get weird look by the employees. Like, should we tell her she's not allowed, or is she allowed? Is she not allowed? Is she allowed?
It's funny because I know some of the people that work at that Spencer's, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I know exactly which ones that would be because I would be doing the same thing. Is she allowed back there? Like,
Is she allowed back there? Because yeah.
You know, but the big thing, as long as you're not being a jackass, and this goes for like any store you go to,
Honestly.
you're not gonna get kicked out of the sections like that. Just don't be a jackass.
I have had a Spencer employee card me to go in that section though.
They're not supposed to. What the fuck? You're not supposed to do that.
I think they just wanted to make sure that I was really like 18 plus, and I was 21.
Oh, jeez. My boss would have killed me if I had done that. She would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like,
But this Spencer's was also located in the ghetto, and so like they've been having a lot of issues with just like, I would consider them severely underage, like middle school type, and they're having some beef with the cops, and so I think that's why they were just like, let's just make sure she's allowed.
Or, yeah, no, like, working at Spencer's is a weird experience. Like, on top of the whole sugar thing I learned about throat spray. Didn't know that was a thing until I worked there. I'm like, oh, you know what? Makes sense that this exists. And also found out a fun fact about cock rings.
That you shouldn't leave them on.
For longer than, I think it was 20 minutes. It was either 5 or 20 minutes. It's been a bit.
That's a
Wow,
huge
that's a
gap.
big gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge gap from 5
Okay,
to 20.
Fair.
Fun fact about cock rings. Can we make?
I'm
quotes?
pretty sure it was 20. But if your dick falls off, don't quote me.
Okay.
But it was one of those things that just like I learned. I'm like, well, shit. Why isn't this like put on the packaging when people buy this shit or get this shit? Like, hey, by the way, this can make your dick fall off.
That's scary. That's scary.
Be careful.
You're just having a good time, and all of a sudden, that's not fun.
Man, I'm starting to lose sensation. Why? Oh my god, it's purple.
What in the tarnation?
What in tarnation?
What in tarnation happened to my 6-shooter?
Well, it's gonna be shooting blanks after that.
There you go. Oh,
Maybe
God.
bent the barrel a little bit.
You ain't gonna be curving bullets anytime soon.
What indignation? What indignation?
Dick Nation. Hey! Now
I feel bad for the people who figured out the time on that shit though. Like they were just like,
God, yeah.
oh man, this thing just it makes things last a little bit longer. It changes how it works. Everything goes on. Man, this is cool. Oh, what the fuck? It's turning purple.
I'm just reading through this. We all shut up to read through this comment, right?
Yeah.
I like when we all stop to read the paragraph.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work at a music store. What's up?
I like how I work at a high school
Kelly, though.
janitor.
Yeah, I don't
studying
necessarily
to
agree with
be
Kelly, but hey, at least I'm 100% legal and I work at a music store.
Abby. I look like an Abby?
Abby, 22,
Why
college
do
student.
I always get either like 36 or teenager?
Because you are.
I'm mid-20s. What the fuck?
You're not even sad that he put you as a McDonald's worker and not as a Target employee?
I'm standard, basic, average white boy. You could
So
see.
you work at Starbucks?
Bradley, 23, good.
Fine, not basic. I'm average. All right.
Okay.
I'm average white boy.
Gas station. Some of those are right. Dev, yep, hello, fellow kids.
That's strangely true with the amount of times.
Cargo shine.
Wears cargo shorts to the gym? Oh my god.
That's so uncomfortable.
No, oh my
Have
god.
you done
I've
it?
seen people work out in jeans in gyms, and I was like,
How?
how? Why? What are you doing with your life?
That's
I can't run. I don't feel comfortable running unless I'm wearing basketball shorts. Like something
Well,
that has
see-
movement.
See, yeah, I know. I think it's a little different for girls because girls, you know, anatomy. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't run in anything that's tight fitting, or else it's gonna be like, it's pulling everything.
yeah, I don't think
Ugh.
anything like too loose. I don't like. That sounds so out of context.
That's what I was about to say. Phrasing.
At this point, I need a soundbite for sex joke. At this point, or phrasing. I need to get Archer's phrasing at some point. I'll worry about that after the podcast, though.
And probably if you're recording, I have a friend that sounds just like him.
That could work too.
Yeah.
That way, I can't legally be attacked for using it.
Exactly. I can just like, it's a dude who's doing a parody of Archer.
And it's being used creatively.
Exactly.
Ah.
Fair use all around.
Ah.
But like, I always get like, people are like, you look like you're like 16, 19. I'm like, I'm fucking 24. And then there was one person when I worked at Spencer's, she got hired right after me. She's like, are you like 36? That one hurt. Because I was like 22 at the time, and I was like, damn. No.
Yeah.
Man, I used to work at GameStop, and I was working a midnight release for some game that I didn't care about. And I had a dude that was just so convinced I was a middle schooler. And I was
I feel
like,
that.
guy, I'm 22. And I've never met, I'm going quote by quote here because it just stood out to me so much. I was like, I've never met a middle schooler that has tits like mine.
That's concerning. Okay, wait. You want to know something that's concerning? Is that you know how? Okay, when I don't wear makeup, I don't really look more like my age. I look more like a fetus. It was a summer day, and I did not want to put on any makeup, and I was wearing this romper shorts that was very, like, comfortable. And I was in Walmart, and this guy was like in 80s, looks at me up and down, and is like, "That's a nice dress." And I'm like, one, in my head, I'm like, one, romper, two, that's gross. But outside, I'm like, and walk away because I didn't know how to respond to it. My brain just like, shut down. And like, that's like, you know, I'm young and I know I look like a fetus. And you're saying it the way you're saying it makes me feel very uncomfortable, sir.
Yikes.
It's a huge yikes. It's
Yeah, that's a big yike for me.
It's a huge. Oh god, there's so many incidents when you look. It's
When you look like you're 14, but you're actually like 32.
Weird. Is it weird that I can attest to this, having been hit on by a lot of elderly women?
yes, no, because it's not just a guy thing. It's also
'Cause I,
elderly
like-
girls do it too.
They hit on me all the time, and I'm like,
so bad. bad.
I need an adult, but I am an adult.
Yeah.
It's okay. At least people don't assume you're gay because of your job.
Wait, what?
I work as a studio photographer at JCPenney's.
I used to do that.
Yeah. So every single person I've talked to just assumes being a male photographer is like, oh, you're gay, right? And I've had men ask me out before.
I could
It's
see
fun.
that more if you were like, if you worked for Mac and you were doing makeup at like a makeup counter or something, but like fucking a photographer?
Which is weird given that like I follow Rooster Teeth stuff and like their best like their photographer Wes, I don't believe is LGBT. But almost all the photographers I've seen for the most part are straight guys.
Yeah.
That are, at least for popular photographers that I've seen, I'm like, that's a weird notion that shows someone like really like when someone has like weird biases in their brain about stuff. They're like, you just
it's just
associated with
stereotypes, you know?
Yeah.
I do say smile a lot. And in fact, I just did.
In his brain
I
all
wish.
the time.
Yes.
I bet
that
you
second
every
one-
day he's like, fucking smile, bitch.
Dude, when I work sometimes dealing with toddlers and like
Oh,
younger
God.
infants, it's really hard to do that stuff because they don't smile. And plus being a bearded man who's fat, they don't expect to see this huge guy, this hairy thing taking pictures of them. So like I get a lot of
Just go on, I'll make my joke after.
yeah, I don't want you to make those jokes because I know what you're thinking.
No,
But-
it's a reference, I guess.
Yeah, but literally it's just
I have something to say after that too. It's an incident that happened to me. Continue.
yeah,
Sorry.
but yeah, it's just deer in headlights or just sheer terror. Really, I get one of the two. Neither, never a smile.
This wasn't
got
an
the-
insult to you. It was more of a how you described it. I thought of a Goofy movie when Pete and Goofy work at the photography thing, and Pete tries to do the photography.
Oh yeah.
You
how I
said
feel
big and
sometimes.
hairy, taking photos. I'm like, fucking Goofy movie, extremely Goofy movie.
My-
And,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so touching on the photography studio for Live Touch at JCPenney's, I have the 1-year Sapphire pin.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Nice. I started working at Life Touch, the school division, about a year ago actually, but I switched over to JCPenney recently because I'm acting as the manager there. That's why I've been doing all these calls and things. So
But he's
I'm acting
businessman.
manager. Yeah, I'm businessman because I'm doing managerial business things.
Business.
I'm the businessman.
That's slightly scary, actually.
See, outside in real life, I'm actually responsible. On the internet, I could be whoever I want to be. Hashtag troll. Hashtag some fucker.
Hashtag technically 5 fuckers.
Technically 5 fuckers. I really should make more
Post
shorts on YouTube.
Tenkos. Also, Mash Fine Dubsko, homie. Mash Fine Dubsko.
That was the homie added into that. Was that an actual word, or is that you adding homie to it?
No, I just added homie to it.
I like how there are
Nice.
certain words that are just so American that you can't translate it.
Yeah.
And homie is definitely one of those.
Yeah, I just do it.
So what was your story that you were gonna tangent with?
Oh, my story was when I was little. Okay, you know in what is it again? Austin Powers when homie's like, get in my belly, right?
Oh.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about?
my belly.
Yeah, okay, so I had an uncle, right?
Michael
Zach-
Myers?
No, but he I love him, and I don't want this to sound offensive, but I don't know how else to say this. But he was of the same build as him, and I was obviously tiny because I'm tiny now. So imagine me like 5 years old. I'm this big. So he would look at me and he would be like, "Get in my belly," and I would look at him and I would look in my size and I would be like, I can actually fit in his belly. I don't want to go in his belly. I don't want to be in his belly. Why would I want to go in his belly? And then I would get scared and I would run away. So I kind of understand the mentality behind that. Kind of different reasons, but you know, like being a tiny person, I can understand. It just freaked me out.
Oh, God. There was one time I was working at my job and I was taking pictures of this 3-year-old little girl. She was cute, she was really adorable, but she was shy. And like she'd take a couple of pictures with her mom nearby, but as soon as her mom started to walk away, she'd cry and run to her mom. And her mom was starting to get fed up with it. And she's like, you see that guy over there? If you keep running away, he'll get mad at you. And she was already afraid of me. So she's saying that I was going to get mad at the child, just put her into like this berserker mode. And she was like, just like, we just had to stop because she just wouldn't. She just couldn't take pictures anymore. I was like, oh, child.
What have you created?
Yeah.
Damn.
What have you done? Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. Thankfully, she wasn't one of those moms who gets mad when you can't take a smiling picture. Because those happen sometimes, and that happens a lot, where moms are like, but none of them are smiling. So.
Well, maybe you should, you know, come back when your child is happy.
Or there was one today that I got, was a 32-year-old woman who came in for her birthday pictures of herself. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, that's totally fine, whatever. And I'd ask her to do these poses, but she was like, no, I know how I look and I want to take this pose. And I was like, okay. So I'd ask her to do something different, and then she'd start to, and then she'd slowly transition back into her pose. So I took like 8 pictures that all looked exactly the same, which is wrong. But she was like, I love all of these. They look exactly how I hoped. It's like, oh, you fucking.
You could have just taken one.
Yes. And you could have done it at home.
Yeah, that's true. But she wants you to stand at the kiosk and do all the editing, which is really just throwing on filters and.
Yeah, which that's the thing that bugs me so much. So when you're editing them, you like use Photoshop and you do. No, we just put them on there. We add a vignette, maybe put it in a collage. We'll see.
See what you pay for.
Exactly. Jesus.
See, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that.
No, so working for the JCPenney studios, I did a divorce photo shoot.
Like one of those happy divorces where like both of them come in and do it, or just one of them coming in and being like,
no, it was both of them, and like honestly it was kind of really funny. Like they were both super into it. Like they did like the high school prom pose, and they did one or they were like each holding hands and both had like a foot up in the air and just like they did a lovey-dovey thing, but it was for a divorce. Like we went to the counter.
If I hope this never happens. I want my only marriage to be that. But if things happen in life, comes life, because you know how it be. But I want it to end in good terms like that, where we can all just be an adult about it and be like, this didn't work. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. And it's like, in 10 years in the future, you can be like, remember when we were married? Yeah, what a funny time.
So funny.
Look at this photo over here.
They ordered cards.
I love it. It actually reminds me, because I saw one of the, I think it was one of the old creatures when he recently broke up with someone, and they had one of those photos where like him and her, he was laying on the ground like this, and she was laying on top of him. We're breaking up. Yeah. They had like a public side to their relationship, of course, which very internet thing that happens. And what happened was like they did that and like it's on good terms. We're still friends. We still care about each other and all that. We're just breaking up. It just, the relationship part of it just isn't there anymore. We still care about each other. We're still friends and all that, which is what I want. And I've always attempted that every breakup kind of scenario, being like, hey, we could still maybe be on good terms. Man, does that rarely work out in like hindsight, personally, from personal experience at least.
Yeah.
Because people hold on to things, and then you find out little things that people did behind your back and stuff like that. They're like, oh, well, that's cool, I guess.
Right.
Fun. I don't know. It was one of those things where I'm like, you know, if it does happen that way, I want it that way. You know, I'd rather not have a another angry, bitter breakup.
Overly dramatic.
Oh God. Yeah, if I can avoid that.
Tell me why.
God damn it.
I never want to hear you say.
But like, I love like when people do stuff like that, because it's just like, if you have a good humor about a bad thing, that's good. Yeah, no, like my friend's mom and dad are still like super close friends. They're still very close with each other. They've both moved on to other relationships since then too, and like they still. I would go over to his house, and all of a sudden his dad would be there, and his mom's boyfriend would just we'll be sitting in the living room hanging out watching TV, and I'm like,
yeah.
And this is coming from my mom and dad were essentially divorced for like from my like middle school through high school on, while not actually getting divorced and living in the same house and not being happy around each other. So seeing the opposite of like a happily divorced couple and where I lived, I'm like, this just doesn't, what is this? This doesn't seem right. I don't know. It's funny to me, in my opinion. Those kind of things are great. Steven, you need to take someone's divorce photos.
I mean, what? I haven't necessarily taken divorce photos. I've taken photos for a guy who had his marriage called off a week before because his wife cheated on him with his best friend.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I took like professional headshots for him for business sense, and he's like, also, can we do one a little less formal? And he like throws his coat over his shoulder and he's like, that's for the dating. So he at least had kind of a good mood about it, but I was like, damn, this poor dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least he's trying to be positive about his tragic experience.
Yeah. I mean, you ask him the week of when he was broken up, like, he came in twice. He came in the week of when the things happened, and he was very sad. And then he came in about 3 months later, and he was okay.
Yeah.
Good for him. Like, that shit's, that's rough.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the week of, like, I think the photos were originally supposed to be marriage photos, and then they just became photos of him.
Yeah.
So I could see how he wasn't the happiest at the time.
Understandably.
Yeah, exactly.
God, that would suck. Like, I can't imagine being in that situation, being like a week out from being married and all that, and all of a sudden being like, by the way, bro, I'm fucking your fiance.
Yeah.
I'm your friend of 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Apparently he also like got a job with that guy too right before things happened, so I don't know. It could either be he was trying to make the story more exciting or it's actually true. So
I don't feel like you would make up all those details unless you're a writer, in which case if he's a writer, he's got a good story on his hands for
exactly. He'd have
for
a
the
great
start of a good
autobiography.
rom-com.
Right? Yeah.
That's the start of like several rom-coms, let's be honest though.
We were dating and then we weren't. Yeah.
Like, we were gonna get married, and I got a job with my best friend. Things were looking up. Then I found out my best friend and my bride-to-be were fucking, and now I'm a tragic mess. But 3 weeks later,
And then
later,
Drew
I met this
Barrymore
really-
walks through the door.
Exactly. I was like, I met this really funny girl. She's super down to earth, and she's super down to help me get revenge on my best friend.
Or like the other best friend, the female best friend of 10 years. You know, they're like, yeah, let's get back at him, and then over getting closer
And then they fall
closer.
in love with each other.
Yeah.
And it's 13 going on 30 all over again.
There we go.
Jesus Christ! Wow, we
wrote
defined the
every single
rom-com
rom-com.
I
genre
love
for the
that
most
movie,
part.
by the way. That movie is my favorite. One of my favorite. Well,
Yeah.
13
How-
going on 30.
Here's a shakeup on the rom-com. 50 First Dates.
That one was just cute.
One of Adam Sandler's last good films.
And
Personal
it
opinion.
involved Drew Barrymore.
Ah, yes! Yes!
I need a button
Oh,
for full
God.
circles because we tend to do that. Things go come full circle. I need a button for it.
Oh god.
Like a full combo button. But like, yeah, I can't imagine going through that. That would just, and still going through with the photos though. Like,
That's probably just a dude that likes to keep appointments.
Yeah, probably.
I paid for this. I'll fucking do it.
I'll vent to you guys the whole time, but we're still doing it.
This is in place of therapy.
It's honestly funny because like sometimes you get those photo sessions where they just keep talking and talking and talking.
Oh
So
my god, yeah.
Yeah,
They
so
only
they're just-
pause long enough to take a smile.
and those are hilarious because it's just okay. How's this doing? Just yeah. God, I love this job, but sometimes the people are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's anyone's job though. Like you're like, man, I enjoy this job. Fucking people sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't gone around to my story.
The wacky news.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment. Well,
I mean, we should.
I'll do the wacky news and then we'll go into my why I am Murphy's Law.
Okay. And then, in all honesty, I think I might need to go after that. But
Okay.
Wacky
Wacky story. I fucked up the sync.
that you did.
Hold on, I got this.
Wacky
news story. All right, that's
A
better.
little better.
All right, wacky news story, which is fitting given some of the topics we've talked about tonight. So, hashtag sex robot gripes. Hashtag arouses. See what they did there? Twitter backlash against robot human love. So, you know, that's a thing going on right now. Sure, robot sex may be great in theory, it says.
But okay, can we just acknowledge that tweet right there, though? Wait, go scroll the first one.
Not the USB. Yeah.
I gave correctly the first.
Oh God.
Yeah, they just can't get it in.
Oh, it's so funny, but why? Why?
Yes, has. Sex robots are definitely a real thing.
They're
Welcome.
coming.
you-
We're entering that age.
Did you know that in Japan they actually have sex machines for sperm banks?
I think it's funny. I think it's funny though because we're inventing like sex dolls, but not flying cars. Like
I like this one. Couldn't run orgasm.exe due to lack of RAM.
I thought it was just couldn't run orgasm.exe due to lack of Y chromosome.
Ha.
Well, you don't need a Y chromosome to get it.
Well,
that's that.
I mean, it's a myth. The female.
Oh my god.
Okay, just like how girls don't poop, girls don't poop. Girls do not poop. Girls never poop. It's forbidden.
We're just not human.
Nope.
Exactly.
I don't know. Women are just there to make babies.
I was about to say there are more things that could be said, but I'm gonna draw the line.
I saw the line. I'm like,
I can take I'll dip a toe in these waters.
Oh, you're such a pretty line. Oh.
I'm gonna walk all over you, line.
See,
Just like I do those women.
we're already sex robots.
What was that? Sorry.
No, I just said that we're already sex robots. Like that's all women are just already sex robots.
I broke two people.
Actually, though, like, we've gotten better, but like in all like nature and even caveman days, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Yeah.
Call some dude's name when he climaxes. Will Robinson.
Oh God. Go ahead.
No, I just said, what the fuck? Go ahead.
So honestly, the main reason I wanted to talk about this story is only because the hashtag sex robots gripes is a weird hashtag. And I've had a lot of weird random hashtags either pop up on my story or like things that I thought of. For instance, one of them being is like hashtag scary future, as in the future, this would be scary. And the reason I thought of that was like, I got my hair cut the other day and I was like, what if in the future when I get my hair cut, they have cloning technology and then they could just use the hair to make clones of me? Is it safe to get a haircut ever again?
I mean, we already have cloning technology.
Exactly. So is it safe to have a haircut?
That's why your doppelganger exists.
Yeah. You're
Been going on for years.
If you've ever been to a doctor and had your blood drawn, they already have your DNA. So what's the point?
Because doctors have medical contracts. Hair salons don't.
They also have business. At least in America, they're corporations.
Yeah, that's true.
They aren't.
Yeah.
They aren't as restricted if they go behind closed doors.
Yep. Which is why I'm just like, I just automatically assume the government already has everything that they need on me.
I mean, they
I'm
do.
just like,
They get all of your samples at birth.
yeah, probably.
I feel like actually, you know what's sad that I figured out the other few months ago? Is that if you're like if a person was in a situation, a really fudged up situation to where they were like, they had a kid, but they were locked up. Not in prison, but like held captive. That kid, because they didn't get registered and because they didn't go to the hospital, becomes pretty much an immigrant. And even if they get found, they have to apply for a visa, but they have to wait until they're a certain age.
Isn't there?
That's where it gets tricky, and then that's
So-
where.
No, there's actually a thing. If one of the parents is American and like an American citizen, then that child is already automatically an American citizen. I think they just have to do a couple of tests to just prove that the child belongs to the parent.
That's like that. I remember it was like 2011 or 12 when that one like house that had the dude had like 3 girls locked up in his basement.
Yeah,
Like, one got out, and one of them had a kid. Like,
yeah.
That's weird.
it's scary that shit's real.
That's where we get the
I mean,
the
human
line
trafficking
dead
is still a
giveaway
thing.
from- Yes, it very prominently still a thing, sadly.
Yeah.
Scary as shit.
The 21st century.
And we're still treating people like cavemen.
You know, I do have a thing that will potentially restore
Lighten up
faith
the
in
mood.
humanity, though.
Yeah.
Though how I get to that point and where it ends after that point, not really humanity. It's more I am Murphy's Law.
Oh,
But
right.
the middle part is faith in humanity. So the week I tried to replace the motherboard on this and graphics card, right? I actually bought the wrong motherboard for a different processor than what I had because I was an idiot and didn't read everything correctly. Happens. Sent it back. Messed up my old motherboard by bending a rod. Okay, I'll just wait for the new motherboard, right? Well, that started with my PC essentially going to shit at that point. That ball started rolling. So, that Sunday, I'm going to a Sounders match because go Sounders. And, you know, I drive from Central Washington to Eastern Washington, or Western Washington to Seattle. About a 3-hour drive. No hiccups. Get there. Try to do critically casual. Can't do critically casual because my camera on my phone won't load properly. So I'm just a voice on that podcast for the next 3 weeks. Get there, take the bus down, get down to the bar and hang out with my dad and his girlfriend. We're hanging out there. Go to the game. Game goes poorly because they lose and they played like crap. So, you know, all that happens. I go to catch the bus, right, that I was told that I need to catch. And I'll stop yammering in the ear for a second, just in case. But I had to, had to go catch the bus. I went to where I thought the bus was supposed to be. Bus wasn't there anymore. They changed the stop. Cool. That's awesome. I didn't know this. My phone's at 2%. So I can't call my dad who's down at the docks over in Seattle on the opposite end of Seattle. Hey, come pick me up. Because every time I call him, it's just running to voicemail. He's in the stadium still, unfortunately. So I can't get a hold of him. Because he's not going to pick up his phone in there. So.
I saw the water in your eyes.
What?
He saw the water in your eyes.
Sorry, I was yelling at my dad.
Alright, so anyways, my phone overheated during the podcast, so my phone lost all its battery life. I'm in Seattle. I'm at the gate with the Sounders lost the game. I'm waiting for the bus. Bus doesn't look like it's going to show up there because it doesn't have the right route number there. And I'm like, fuck, I have 2% of my battery left. What do I do? Suddenly, like, I talk to a random stranger. Don't follow in my footsteps, by the way. This situation doesn't show that, but it's more of a faith in humanity restored. But kids don't do what I did, because it's not going to work out the way it did for me. I just got really lucky. So I talked to her, I'm like, are you waiting for the bus? And she's like, yeah, I'm waiting for the same bus. I'm like, okay, let's try to figure out where it is. I'm at 2% battery life. If we don't, I can't look anything up to figure out what's going on. She starts looking up, we can't figure out what's going on, so we walk around like 3 blocks, end up back where we are, and she's like, you know what? Where are you going? I'm heading back west to one of the towns just outside of Seattle. I can't remember the name off the top of my head all of a sudden. And she's like, oh, I'm parked over there too. I'll just get a lift and we can take that together. So she orders a lift for both of us. I'm like, okay, cool. Awesome. This is good. We get in the lift, we start driving over there. We get there. She was parked at the other bus station, not the further bus station. So she's like, you know what? I'll give you a ride over there. That's the part where kids don't do that. I, on the other hand, am an idiot.
Only sometimes.
And have Murphy's luck, both good luck and bad luck. So, if it can happen, it will happen, is essentially the way my life happens. So, get in the car, she drops me off at the other place. I'm like, all right, I got to the car, put my phone on the charger, phone's charging, call my dad. I'm like, hey, made it to the car. I have a cool story for you when I figure it out. Just, I got a ride from a random stranger, made it up to the car. What? I'll tell you more later. Start driving, I'm about like, I start to head down the I-9. get out of North Bend, which is like the last stop before you go back over the passes. All of a sudden, I look behind me. I'm like, why am I kicking up so much dust? I look towards the front of the hood. All of a sudden, it's not dust. It's smoke coming from the engine of my brother's new car that I borrowed. Because my car can't make it over. The car that I had at the time couldn't make it over the pass. So, suddenly I'm like, oh shit, I need to pull over. And then the cabin fills up with this smoke. I'm in the left lane. So I go off in the left medium area. Because if I try to go across, I can't see. So I'm on the left side of the lane, hazards on, comment at me like, hey, I need help. He's like, okay, I'll drive all the way from where I just went from. He's over in like Olympia, Tacoma area. So he's like, okay, I'll drive from Tacoma over there, which is like 45 minutes. So I'm sitting on the edge of the highway for 45 minutes, and then the lights on the car, all of it, car starts to die. Lights go out. I have a bright white car, but in the dark, it's hidden car on the left medium, waiting for cars to hit it. So I'm over here with my phone, flashlight, making sure cars see it. I called the cops, being like, hey, I don't feel safe with this there. If you want to swing by, that'd be great. My dad gets there, the officer gets there. I take my dad's car up a few a couple off ramps because my dad was gonna get pushed by the trooper up the road in the other car. As I'm driving, it turns out the next two or three exit ramps are blocked off for construction. So my dad is in the Subaru being pushed down I-90, 2 lanes of traffic because there's so much construction stuff that's left over, for about 5 miles down the freeway of it's like 70, I think, 60 or 70 down that, and he's being pushed by a trooper down that. So meet back up with my dad. He's like, that was fucking terrifying. I'm like, I can imagine. I'm glad you did it. So we check the car. We try to figure out what's wrong with it just by us non-mechanically inclined folk. Look at it. We can't figure out what was wrong. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna take one last look at the engine. We look at it. And I'm like, that's not oil. That's not anything like that. That's water. That's water. It's the radiator. I'm like, because I've had my friend's radiator blew on him and my radiator blew on me on my old car. I know this. And he's like, yeah, but I don't see any cracks on the radiator. And he goes down the hose. Maybe it's the hose. And as he's doing it, his hand slips and there's the hole. And we're like, we figure out what's wrong with the car. It's not that big of a deal. We didn't throw away $2,000 on a car that was just gonna fall apart on us. Holy shit. So that is Murphy's Law in a nutshell.
Just how thing after thing after thing.
Make it to town, go to Sounders game, enjoy myself, Sounders lose, find bus not there, meet random person gives me ride there, the car, take car, try to get out of town, car breaks down halfway there. I still made it to work the next morning because I got home at 4 and worked at 10 o'clock.
Good on you, dude.
That is why I am Murphy's Law. In a day.
Damn.
Literally, my boss was like, you've had some great stories about why you've called yourself Murphy's Law. I believe it now. You can't make that shit up. Have a good night.
I mean, that does kind of remind me of that. I told you I don't want to tell the story again, but that reminds me of a lot of dumb things that both I've done and also more dumb stuff that you've done. So Murphy's Law is the thing.
Murphy's Law is very much a thing. And I have to be aware of it at all points. Because if it can happen, it will happen.
It will.
That's my existence. Yeah, that's the story I was gonna end the night on. After we went from robots to less happy note to higher happy note. I do have one thing I need to talk about. At least, Jay may not be back next week for T-Pop, just so everyone who watches Third Player Optional Podcast. No, I might be hosting it. Jay had a family member pass away this week, so he's taking some time, and he may be back next week, but if not, I will be hosting it. So just so you guys know, that's what's going on next week. Do make sure you follow everyone here at their respected things, because they're all awesome, and like, this was an awesome show, and you know, this doesn't happen without great people coming onto the show like this. So yeah, make sure you support them as well. If I can type, I would do the shout out command, but I can't type.
There you go. You got one.
All right, cool.
Can he do the other? Let's see.
Yeah, Babyface is a lot easier than like trying to remember how to spell Saurus for some reason. Like, I get mixed up on that U for no reason.
It's a dinosaur.
You just gotta pretend. You gotta pretend like you're starting to spell like sauce, but as soon as you're gonna put the C, you put Russ.
And yeah, Haz, I know your profile. You follow e-girls. That's why you're following me.
That's why I don't have a subscription.
Damn.
Kidding.
Make sure you do follow us on all the things, you know, YouTube, Twitter, and Discord. You can join the Discord and, you know, interact with the community there. We are growing that Discord almost every day, it feels like. And, you know, follow us here on Twitch. We got all shows on here as well. We got Critically Casual on Mondays, Third Player Optional on Tuesdays, Hardcore Game Night, our new gaming show, on Wednesdays, and this one on Thursdays, the Har Har Podcast, all at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. They're all great, and we have great guests like this. So, yeah. You guys, anything extra you want to plug for yourselves?
Plug.
Yay! I don't like hugging Steven. He's mean.
I don't really have anything to plug. My arms look weird when they're outstretched.
That's a good plug.
They look broken.
Mine are like barely like that.
Oh wait, can you do that thing with your elbows?
What do you mean?
You like okay. I don't know if you guys can notice it. I don't know. But like.
Oh, you twist them, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll show.
Oh my god, double jointed is so weird sometimes.
I don't know if it'll show here, but like I'm here and now.
Yeah.
See, like mine is like mine goes down a little bit. Like you can kind of see it right there, right? But it's not super far.
I used to do gymnastics, so a lot of like my.
I bet
could
you.
just do the splits.
I bet you if I get do it, like if I actually stretched growing up more, like my arms and stuff, I'd be able to do it. But I played soccer, so feet.
Oh,
Um.
All right, we're done
That's
here.
the note that I'm ending on, I guess. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Night.